behind the velvet rope. We're here with everybody's favorite, the one and only Sarah Farasia.
Well, you're kind of everyone's favorite, but people love us together, so I'm grateful for that.
People love us together. Really, I'm everyone's favorite. Lots of people do love me. Very polarizing
Ah, a lot
personality.
of people
People,
love you.
but a lot of people hate. The hate is real. People do
So
love us
good though,
together.
isn't it, to be hated? I love, and
Yes.
you apparently people hate you so much. You're like the topic of a lot of conversations. Like you're in a lot of circles. A lot of people are talking about you when you least expect. I mean, David Yontef's a hot topic.
I know what you're referring to. Guys, she is starting out. Listen, why do you have, listen,
Why do you have to?
okay, do you want to talk about that for a minute? You don't
I
have
mean,
to.
no, I just love
Okay.
being shady, but it's
She's a
up to
shady
you.
bitch. Uh,
I'm a shady beach.
okay, we'll talk about it later. We'll like talk about it. I have nothing to hide from anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, people are just they do like to talk. Before we move on, that question on Watch What Happens, it's years ago. Would you rather be liked or feared? I'll choose feared all day.
Well, you are. You are. You freaking are. I'm telling you, you put out a David Yontef is the king of titles. You put out a title, honey, they all run. Everybody in the Bravo universe runs to see what you've written, what you're posting.
And by the way, being liked should really be nobody's goal in the world. I hate to break it to everybody. That should be nobody's goal. You should not, like, it's nice to be liked. You shouldn't be an asshole, but your goal on earth is not to be liked by others. It's not. Big mistake people make,
Well,
really.
I know you do consulting for podcasts, but you really ought to do consulting on
I do.
how to be hated,
I do
how to not care.
I do. I swear. We do business consulting or podcast consulting, or you can just talk about Bravo for the hour, or we do life consulting, really. And a lot of things we work on with my regulars is not caring.
Well,
It's a skill.
it's one of your best traits. It really, really is. It's so good.
Thank you.
So good. So
Just here's this there's this thing,
good.
28 unspoken rules that you should know about what makes you a powerful person. We're not going to read all 28, but there was something about being liked that, like, I was like, God, I like could have written this. So that's you shouldn't want to be liked,
I'm with
basically.
you. I'm with you.
You
Sounds good to
know?
me. Don't
You
need
want
to.
to be respected, not liked.
Hmm.
It's not my business whether you like me or not. Anyway, do you know who isn't necessarily liked these days? Lisa Vanderpump by Scheana. Scheana has said, "You are a gaslighter," and that Miss Vanderpump used Scheana to build her reality TV empire.
Haven't these two had beef for a while? And by the way, there's a lot to talk about with Scheana Shay, anyhow, with what's going on, this Brock affair. I mean, amazing that they kept this Brock affair under wraps for so long. That is a whole fascinating breakdown in itself. But there's no love lost between the two of these two, right? I mean,
No, and
which
look,
side are you on?
there's a lot of, is Sheena Shea a liar? Is she a liar? Because look, she is coming out and saying the whole reason I kept this affair a secret is because Scandival was going on. And, my biggest fear after that was that Raquel and Brock slept together, which she vocalized at the time. And I learned, Brock came to me. Nope, it was a woman at the gym in San Diego. And I didn't tell anyone. Why? Because when Ariana got on Dancing with the Stars and I said, I've always wanted to be on that. Since then, everyone says I make everything about myself. And I didn't really want to take the spotlight away from Ariana and everything she was going through. So I kept it to myself because of that. Is that true? Or did you keep it to yourself, Sheena, and lie? And basically, it's because you want to sell books and this was your plan all along? I'm just asking.
Ooh. Okay, so you think it was the books. You think you're not believing for 1 second
I
that.
mean, Sheena, love her dearly. She does make lots of things about herself. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean, you didn't think like, wow, like she's been talking for months. Oh, there's going to be some nuggets in the book that are going to shock people. Well, it's not that, right? It's not that you say that LVP gaslighted you. And, she said, look, she didn't just use me, she used me to launch her TV career. I was 21 years old. I had an affair with a married man, 33, Eddie Cibrian, who was married to Brandy Glanville before Leanne Rives. And Lisa knew this and she waited and she used it against me. She used my pain of my life to launch her TV empire. Mind you, she said it's a what a TV empire it is, but that she used me. So with
Well,
this,
and look,
right?
that's what Vanderpump did with Scandival. VPR was being canceled, and Lisa Vanderpump heard the news that Sandoval and Raquel were having an affair and leaked. I mean, that's always been the story. Leaked it to the producers. So I think Lisa Vanderpump has incredible luck.
Well, Sheena says it's not luck. She says she low-key used my real life pain to launch her TV empire. And what an
I
empire it
believe it.
is. She gaslit me about it for a decade instead of just coming to, because this happened before Vanderpump. Instead of coming to me in the beginning. That's the thing with Lisa. She does not make mistakes. She makes moves and then whoops, calls them coincidences.
I think that's true, actually. I think everything you're saying is true. In hindsight, the way you put it, I think the Brock affair, once she probably realized, look, she's probably learned from Lisa Vanderpump. With Scandival, she probably realized if she came out and told that season about the Brock affair, like nothing was going to surpass Scandival ever. Like Scandival just took on a life of its own, right? So all the hype would have been lost. I mean, that's pretty smart of her to like hang on to that nugget for Brock to be quiet. I don't know how they got the other woman to basically be quiet, but anyway, although I think there were like little rumblings, right? Haven't there been rumblings for a while? But
So you think she's lying too? Maybe Scheana Shay's a liar. I mean, I think personally, yeah, I think it was, yeah, for the book. Nothing
it
wrong
makes
with that.
sense.
No,
I mean,
there's no
how are they going to?
criticism.
So basically, by the way, for people who are lost, Brock had an affair while Sheena was pregnant with Summer.
Yes.
And this woman that he had an affair with, there are photos out there.
Yes, there are.
There are pictures, there's text messages.
Yeah.
How did they meet?
I
Was
think
it
at
in
the
Vegas?
gym. I
Oh
think
no,
at
at
the
the gym.
gym in San Diego. Yeah.
Okay, they met at the gym. And Sheena is, rehashing the pain. It was traumatic. She calls it karma for obviously having the affair with Eddie
Yes,
Ciprian.
she does. So she says it's the one thing she regrets that, she didn't take Miss Glanville's emotions into it and she didn't take the little kids into it. And that is the one thing she regrets that she would do differently. That she didn't realize, Miss Glanville found out about the alleged affair. Well, not alleged, it actually happened in the news. And she wishes she didn't make this so public. And she's not really an apology to Miss Glanville, but she does say, yeah, she thinks she got her karma, and this is the one thing she regrets that and by the way, let's never forget that she was 21 and we saw 27-year-old Sheena launch Vanderpump Rules and Lisa's career, but she was only 21 at the time, and this was a 33-year-old man that came along.
Not that much of a difference. I'm sorry.
I agree.
When I was like 22 or 23 or whatever, I was dating someone that was almost 40. So that's not,
I
please.
mean,
Do you think Brock's a scumbag though? He has two children
well.
from a prior marriage. Was it a marriage or relationship? Those two kids are in Australia that I believe he has zero relationship with.
I'm a little bit confused on this one. I was a little bit of show on this. I mean, we have Brittany Cartwright with the brilliant Brittany with
I love
the
her.
Meemaw's Bear cheese. Well, some people do and some people don't. I'm not sure I'm such a Brittany